What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of this week's Fan Mail of the Week. My name is UnrealEntGaming, everybody. Welcome back. We are in the second week of May right now. We are only a few days away from the release of the Godzilla 2014 film. I am just so freaking excited about it. Spider-Man, X-Men, Godzilla, the whole charade. You guys know the deal. I mean, the weather is getting warmer, so for those of you out there that are in lower states such as Alabama, California, Arizona, Florida, make sure you keep cool because I know it's way hotter down there than it is up here right now. So make sure you guys stay hydrated and stay cool. Lots of questions today, guys. I mean, just what a month it's been thus far. I mean, we've already seen a great movie. We have so many things happening, and now we have the upcoming Godzilla film coming out this Friday, along with House of Glory's next event, which I'm going to be a part of. But a lot of things partaking right now, guys. I've been live streaming a lot of Twitch stuff lately from the PS4. So let's begin with our first question, nonetheless, everybody, which is from Trunks.
Alright, what's up, Alex? It's me, Trunks, here. I have just returned from the dead and the Cell games. They have just brought me back to life with Shenron, and Gohan has defeated Cell, and Goku has sacrificed his life, tragically. But I am just getting ready to head back to my future to defeat the androids. So, before we go any further, I just want to say that you have been an inspiration to me, a lot of my friends, your channel, your games, your personality, and there should be more people in the world like you, and you're a role model, so just want to throw that out there. Alright, let's get to the questions. Alright, first question, do you like dubstep? I just want to hear your opinion on that, because I'm not really much of a fan of dubstep. It kind of gives me headaches, so. Number 2, can you tell us more about your character, Raikor? I mean, I know he's the son of Broly, and he's really strong, but can you give us, like, any special abilities or anything like that? Because, I also made a character. His name's Icor LQ. It kind of sounds like Raikor. Icor. Okay, so Icor LQ, he's a lot like Cell, except where it's like Cell's parts are green, his parts are red. And Icor is debatedly one of the smartest warriors in the universe, and he is among the strongest, and he has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. He's very cunning and sly. So, yeah. So, third question, do you think I can beat the androids? Because I have to save my future, and a lot of people counting on me, so. Alright, number 4, who is your least favorite wrestler? Because I heard a lot from my cousin about, like, wrestlers that are annoying, and I just want to hear your opinion on that. And number 5, what kind of dog is Bear? I think that's the name, Bear, yeah. Because I have a dog, and she's a pit bull cross. So, number 6, what is your favorite moment from Battle of Gods? I know my favorite was when Bills and Goku were fighting in the cave, and then Goku loses to Super Saiyan God form, and then he gets pinned by the rocks, and then he goes Super Saiyan, and Bills and Goku fight up in space, and then the epic music plays. That was probably my absolute favorite moment. And yeah, those are my questions for now. I'll probably have some more questions, I don't know, maybe next week, but yeah, maybe next week. So I really hope this gets in the fan mail. You are just such an awesome person, and so yeah, I'll have to fight the androids later.
Oh my god, for a second I could have swore that you were like a hair away from like just completely turning Super Saiyan, busting down your walls, blowing out your windows, cops being around the perimeter, drawing their guns, you're gonna whip out your sword. That would be so fucking awesome if like there was some sort of animation behind that. But that was absolutely awesome. You're awesome, my friend, so I am gonna call you Trunks. So, to answer your first question, Trunks, do I like dubstep? Yes. There are certain dubstep songs that are really, really cool. I was never really a fan of dubstep until I started hearing some of their remixed versions of several of my favorite songs. So if you type in your favorite song, for example, and you type in a dubstep remix for it, some of the remixes are absolutely phenomenal. Some remixes are terrible. Some remixes are absolute garbage. But for the most part, there are so many great dubstep songs that can actually play a significant role, you know, whether you're working out, whether you're just chilling with friends, whatever the case may be. So originally I was never a dubstep fan because I always thought that the dubstep genre was kind of weak. But then once I started listening to more of their music, once I started remixing and listening to remixes of you know, some of my favorite songs and whatnot, I was actually into it. I was like, wow, like this is really awesome. So am I a fan of dubstep, and do I like dubstep as of this point? Yes, I do. I don't necessarily like all dubstep music, but there are specific ones that I would listen to. But either way, I'm not biased towards it, so yes, I would have to say that I am a dubstep fan. To answer your second question, I believe you have Raikon and Raigor mixed up. Raigor was the one that fought Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta in the Dragon Ball New Age fan fiction, and Raikon is my character that was shown from Ultimate Tenkaichi. Now, Raikon's story is very, it's not really complex. It's very simple. Your character, I like the fact that he's related to Cell, although I would like to see a concept of that, like, you know, appear. I mean, for a second there, I kind of just thought of Cell as an entirety with just red skin. So maybe if your character looks different, I would like to know. But Raikon, he's pretty much the son of Broly, and he kind of feeds off of his father's rage. And his backstory doesn't involve, you know, hating Goku. He just hates everything as a whole. He hates everything because pretty much Broly killed his wife, which was his mother or whatever. You know, therefore Raikon never had a mom because his dad murdered her. And the fact that Broly was never in Raikon's life because Broly abandoned Raikon. Therefore, you know, Raikon just naturally developed, you know, this rage within him that, you know, is just unmitigating. I mean, literally, your father abandoning you, your mom being killed off, the dude, you know, just floating throughout space as a nobody, you know, that's pretty cold and painful. So that's how he came to be, becoming one of the most powerful fighters. I would have to say Raikon in my little story would be a little more powerful than Super Vegito. The only way you would have to defeat Raikon is if you had perhaps a Super Saiyan God, or perhaps if you introduce the Super Saiyan 4 for that matter, possibly a fusion. But nevertheless, in terms of certain characters, he's way more powerful than a Super Saiyan 3, way more powerful than Vegito. So Raikon just naturally feeds off of rage. You know, like, even though his anger might get the best of him as a character, he just despises all life because he never had a mom and dad. So to answer your third question, do I believe that you can beat the androids? Yeah, if you went Super Saiyan. I really doubt you're gonna beat them like that, though, don't you think? I mean, unless of course you just went Super Saiyan and fucking whipped out your sword and you had aura all around you, and you were about to unleash your burning attack, then yeah, I mean, all freaking respect and pride to you. But as of right now, I think you're gonna have to go inside the hyperbolic time chamber and train. And once you emerge, if you can turn into a Super Saiyan, all power to you, man. To answer your fourth question, least favorite wrestler, I really don't. I wouldn't say a least favorite wrestler, but I was never a fan of, you know, Damien Sandow's wrestling work. I always thought his promos were awesome, but in terms of his in-ring skill, I never was really too impressed. You know, his mic work is amazing. The guy can literally talk you into anything, so I would have to give him props on that. But in terms of, as, you know, a wrestler or an entertainment aspect from it, Damien Sandow would be the least favorite. So to answer your fifth question, what kind of breed is Bear? Bear is a Pomeranian toy. He's a little guy, and I mean, Pomeranians, they crave attention. So my dog craves attention. He loves attention. That's all he wants is attention. You know, he hardly would let me do anything because he would always crave for attention. So Bear is a Pomeranian teacup toy. So, and to answer your last question, favorite Battle of Gods moment. I would have to say one of my favorites was when Bills and Goku first fought on King Kai's planet, because it just showed you how powerful Bills was compared to a Super Saiyan 3. But also one of my favorites was in space when they started fighting left and right. Goku had the advantage, but then, you know, Birusu overcame that. He was able to just he was able to beat Goku into an oblivion. Like, he beat the Super Saiyan God out of him. So if that doesn't scream power, I don't know what is. So those would have to be my favorite moments from Battle of Gods. But thank you for the questions, Mr. Trunks, and I really do hope that you stop the androids, because if you don't, we're all doomed. So, I mean, literally, the world is in your hands right now. So thank you for the questions, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from InspireD23. Yo, what up, Alex? It's your boy. How are you? I'm doing all right. I mean, I'm just really anxious to see Godzilla, but I'm doing pretty good. How are you? You're my favorite YouTuber. Hope you get my fan mail. And it must be so hard doing all this stuff like training, going out, YouTube, because you're so busy. Hope it gets easy for you, brother. Now, here are my fan mail questions. All right, here we go. Question number 1. Do you think WWE doesn't really care if a superstar could wrestle or not? Like, let's say if he is a good figure and really big but can do a few good moves, they would rather take him over an Austin Aries or somebody, because to me that's really ignorant and stupid. Question 2, well, this isn't really a question but more like a request. Could you and TKD Rebounds do more vlogs, because they're hilarious? Question number 3, do you think they botched it when Brock beat Undertaker at WrestleMania 30? Like, seriously, the way it happened, it looked horrible. When Brock F5 Taker and pinned him, I think the ref counted too fast, because just when Brock went on him, the ref was at a 2 count and the Undertaker couldn't kick out. And on the screen monitor, it said 22-0 for like 2 seconds, and they changed it to 21-1. That really pissed me off. Question 4, do you think it was disrespectful they made Brock beat Taker for the streak when the streak was on for 21 years and Brock won well, he is a part-timer, so I mean, that really upset me as well, but I'll get into that. Question 5, what do you think would have happened if WCW Alliance beat WWF? Question 6, how do I become a pro wrestler like you? Well, would I have to get more in depth? How do I become more big, lean, more moves? Like, I would want to be in the indie scene first. How do I get noticed and booked? I'm 15 and I live in BC, Canada. Question 7, if you were in the WWE, would you be a heel or her face? I would be a heel because it would be more fun. Question 8, what's better, Family Guy or South Park? Question 9, I love watching WWE. But when talking to my friend about the matches, my other friend says, oh yeah, it's fake, and that streak isn't real because it's fake. Then I tell him, do you know what the difference between fake and scripted is? He replied, Shakespeare is scripted and WWE is fake. When he said that, I literally lost my brain cells. What are your thoughts? It really annoys me when they say that. What should I do? Question 10, who would win in a fight, Super Saiyan 5 Goku or Super Saiyan 5 Adult Gohan? Question 11, what do you think about ECW? Like, did you watch it before or no? Question 12, before you do live streams, you should make a vid on YouTube announcing that you're going to do it on Twitch, and put your Twitch name in the description, because it would really help out a lot. Well, I never thought of that, but thank you. Question 13, what do you think about the Wyatt gimmick? Because I think it's amazing, like how Bray Wyatt goes to from Husky Harris to Bray Wyatt. Like, he plays the gimmick perfect, and no one else could play it better than him. Last question, don't you think Paul Heyman should manage Curtis Axel again? Like, he could make him and push him into a huge star and leave a huge legacy like his father, Mr. Perfect. Or Paul Heyman manages Axel and Ryback, and making them like an amazing tag team, because he hasn't managed any tag teams before. Wow, I asked a lot of questions, lol. Anyways, what do you think about Bray Wyatt and the Cena promo with the Legacy song? Like I said, it's amazing and it fits perfect. Well, I mean, those were a lot of questions, but those were a lot of great questions. All right, well, to begin, to answer your first question, I think WWE looks for the overall package of a wrestler. Like, yeah, you could be incredibly skilled, but if you can't put butts in chairs, then you're not really worth a dime, are you? Austin Aries is a very small man. From what I've been hearing, from what I've saw, Austin Aries is 5-something. He's not really above 6 feet. He's really under, I believe, 5'8" or something like that. But Austin Aries is an incredible wrestler. I remember watching him in Ring of Honor. The guy is a beast, literally. Even though in my heart of hearts, I feel like sometimes when you make it into the mainstream, sometimes they limit you for obvious reasons, of course, because they don't want you. They don't want to see you get hurt. But in my personal opinion, I do believe that's the case. Sometimes they would much rather take a bigger guy over a little guy who can wrestle. But Daniel Bryan, as you saw at WrestleMania 30, solidified himself as being the first ever indie wrestler to not only beat the legendary Triple H on the same card, but then move on to the main event and close out the entire, show as WWE World Heavyweight Champion. 2 titles, not 1. I mean, that's the first time ever. And it reminded me of the of the time when Chris Benoit won, because it was the exact same scenario. I mean, they had confetti, they had pyro, they had, I believe that was a sister come in. There was a little child that came in just like Chris Benoit, except the only downside to this was CM Punk didn't come out and didn't, you know, shake his hand or, you know, give him a hug just like Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit did. So to answer your second question, me and TKD rebounds. Well, he's been so busy lately. I mean, really, Justin hasn't been doing much. I always tell him to do something, but he's always too lazy to do it. It honestly comes down to being lazy. He's really, really lazy. Like, my friend Justin is really lazy. I mean, the fact that he's not only lazy, but he's busy, so he's like a busy lazy. But we are going to do a lot more. I mean, hopefully, if he doesn't be as lazy as he is now, maybe then we can actually go on ahead and do that. But as of right now, he's just so caught up with stuff. Hopefully, we can go see Godzilla this weekend. If not, I'm going to open up 25 cans of whoop asses on his freaking face. So to answer your third question, do I think they botched it? Honestly, that's what I thought at first. I didn't really notice the 22-0, so I don't know where exactly you saw that. But then again, I felt like something was wrong. I really do. It's not the fact that Brock Lesnar ended it, because it really broke my heart when it happened, because a lot of you guys wanted me to review WrestleMania, so I might as well just go on ahead and do it now. You know, when Brock beat Taker, it really hurt me. It really, really did. Like, a part of my childhood died, because that was something that I carried with me ever since I was a kid, you know, watching that streak grow, and now for it to be just completely decimated and tarnished. You know, I feel like if Undertaker wanted somebody to end it, it should have been, you know, Daniel Bryan. It should have been somebody else, somebody younger, you know. Definitely not Brock Lesnar. Why Brock Lesnar? What makes him so special? So what? NCAA heavyweight division champion. So what? UFC heavyweight champion. So what if he, you know, won the WWE title like a few months into his, you know, run? So what? So what? Where was he when WWE was pretty much on its downfall spiral? I mean, between the years of 2004 and 2012, the guy was gone. He wanted to do football. He sucked. He wasn't a part of that, you know. So I mean, literally, I would much rather want to watch Brock Lesnar do UFC than him being the WWE. I mean, the match itself wasn't even good, given the fact that Brock Lesnar is not what he used to be back in the day. And Taker, I respect him so much. I love Undertaker so much. It really broke my heart to see that, because, you know, the streak for me, I think it should have either went two ways. Number one, if the Undertaker wanted it, I do believe that Undertaker should have just gone undefeated and just retired with an undefeated streak, because that right there will always solidify his legacy as being one of the greats. Or if he wanted it to end, why didn't he just give it to Shawn fucking Michaels? Why didn't Undertaker give it to Triple H? I would much rather see Triple H or Brock Lesnar take it over, you know, excuse me, I would much rather see Triple H or Shawn Michaels take it over Brock Lesnar, because Brock was never really there. You know, Brock doesn't, it's not in his heart, it's not in his nature. Triple H, despite what people say, had an amazing match at WrestleMania 30, and Triple H is a really good guy. He's a businessman. He's a professional wrestler. He loves the business. Shawn Michaels is a businessman, a professional wrestler, loves the business. So if Undertaker wanted it to end a long time ago, how come he didn't give it to Shawn Michaels? How come he didn't give it to Triple H, you know? Or even, fuck it, why not CM Punk, you know? But I believe that he should have given it to somebody younger. Like, for example, how amazing would it have been if Dolph Ziggler beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, or Daniel Bryan, you know? That would have been so awesome. But for them to give it to Brock, I never understood. To answer your fourth question, was it disrespectful? For a while now, a lot of people were talking about how Taker always wanted to give it to Brock Lesnar ever since 2004. But you know, there was some animosity, there was some beef between the two. For 21 years, and you know, and for the Undertaker to give it to a part-timer, I don't understand why. You know, whether he gave it to him or not, whether there was a screw job or not, he still lost. I mean, it really hurt me. And the Undertaker had a concussion. He suffered injuries. I knew that was going to happen going into this, because Brock is very careless. I mean, you can already tell that. So To answer your fifth question, if WCW was still around, we would not have some of the most epic matches that we've seen over the years in WCW, because WCW would burn itself out. WCW would pretty much run itself into the ground. If WCW was still around, I think wrestling would have probably went on a huge decline. I mean, literally, it would have went on a huge decline, and I think the sport as a whole would have been tarnished. So thank God WWF was around. I mean, I was always a WWF guy over WCW. So to answer your sixth question, I mean, you're only 15, so I mean, I would have to say wait until you're a little older. Becoming a wrestler, the first thing you have to do is go to a school and learn. You don't want to do all the wrong things. Obviously, for leaning out and doing cool moves, you have to be in shape. So make sure you work out a lot and just do your shtick. Because if you don't do that, how are you supposed to just make it? You know what I mean? So go to a wrestling school and train. That's your best option at that point. I'm pretty sure Canada might have some. I'm not too sure, but I mean, knowing that you live in Canada, I mean, I wouldn't see why they wouldn't have any wrestling schools. So that would be my best advice as of right now. Just go to that school, go to a school, and train. To answer your seventh question, flat out heel. To answer your eighth question, Family Guy or South Park? I would have to lean more towards South Park, because South Park will forever have its moments where Family Guy will never be able to even come close, let alone touch. So to answer your ninth question, your friend is stupid, because why would he watch a reality TV show or a movie? You know what I mean? If wrestling's fake, how does he enjoy reality TV shows and movies? You know, those things are fake. You know, when you watch Godzilla, that shit is fake. You know, when you watch Avengers, when you watch Taken, when you watch Nonstop, that shit is fake. You know, there's nothing fake about professional wrestling. I mean, yes, certain things are scripted, but as freaking every single sport on the face of freaking planet Earth is, some people might differ. But then again, if you just think from a CEO corporation's point of view, what would you as an executive want to care about more? Somebody's stupid opinion or somebody's money? You know, these people, these companies, these corporations, these mega freaking industries, all they really care about is your dollar. They don't care about what team you like. They don't care about what athlete you like. They don't care about if you want to see LeBron James have like 25 rings. All they care about is your money. They care about what the trend is. That way they can actually execute to the point where they can utilize their every aspect of resources to get your dollar from you. So in the end, there's a huge gap between scripted and fake, huge gap. So to answer your 10th question, I would have to say Goku, because like I said, Goku would have a much greater experience in that form than Gohan would. But then again, if Gohan had his mystic powers while a Super Saiyan 5, then I would have to say Gohan, because he has all of his powers unlocked while Goku had to work hard for it. So to answer your 11th question, ECW, I watched it, I loved it. There were certain things that I didn't like about it in terms of storylines, but overall, the overall product was amazing. There will never, ever, 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 ever be another ECW like the way it was before. So to answer your 12th question, the next time I do that, I will announce it. So all I have to say to that is thank you for the idea and stay tuned for that. I've been live streaming a lot lately, so I really hope you guys have been enjoying all of the chaotic Battlefield matches and whatnot. To answer your 13th question, Bray Wyatt executes that very, very perfectly, because it reminds me of the Joker in a sense. Along with several other characters like Carnage from Spider-Man and whatnot. I mean, this guy executes it perfectly. So Bray Wyatt, I think if anything, if Undertaker didn't lose his streak, they should have done Bray Wyatt versus Undertaker at next year's WrestleMania. That right there would have been epic. But since Taker's streak is gone, Bray Wyatt has nothing else to talk about. So, and to answer your last question, I would have to say no, because he already started. I mean, he was already managing both of them, and the both of them weren't really getting any reaction to it. So why would he want to manage the both of them again? You know, personally, I do believe that there will be another guy that comes along, but as of right now, those two are not even in the picture. So, but anyways, my friend, thank you for the questions, and I really hope you have a great day, bro. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Saiyan Napa. What's up, Alex? You didn't answer my last question. I know you get a lot, so yeah, but here are my questions. Question number 1, what did you think of WrestleMania? WrestleMania has no purpose anymore because the streak is over. The fuck, WWE? Question 2, Super Saiyan 2 Bardock versus 100% Frieza. Question 3, do you think WWE can't recover after Taker's streak ended, or do you think they could fix it? Question 4, what if Goku and Vegeta at 50% faced a Mecha Broly and a Mecha Cell, but only had one Senzu Bean, and they're on another planet? Question 5, what would you do if you reached 100,000 subscribers? Question 6, if you had to bring one singer or rapper from the dead back, who would it be? Question 7, Paul and Justin versus Yamcha and Hercule. Those are all my questions for today. Hope you make the videos and stay awesome. P.S. Fuck Yamcha, fuck the squid, and fucking peace of fuck Yamcha. Alright, well, to answer your first question, WrestleMania does still have a purpose. Obviously, because I'm going to main event one day. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not really kidding, but I'm just saying. But the streak, Jesus, like, I know it means a lot, and it really means a lot to me as well. But it's not the end of the world. It's not over. I do believe if the streak started a long time ago, a little, a little longer than what it had, I do believe that it would have been even more greater to see, because think about it, instead of him going 21-0, he could have been 27-0, 30-0, you never know. Let's say, for example, if somebody like Ric Flair would have started a streak, his WrestleMania streak would probably be like 30 or 40, like that would be sick. But since the streak is over, I do believe that, WWE does still have a purpose. They can always still bring in The Undertaker to wrestle somebody at WrestleMania, like Bray Wyatt or John Cena or Sting or somebody along those lines like Daniel Bryan or Randy Orton again. I do believe that it's not the end, because Undertaker, in my opinion, could still go a little bit, It's not like the guy can't literally move. I do believe that Taker can still do something in the ring rather than just nothing like people say he does. But for me, I mean, he could still have a lot of good matches in the future if by some miracle he was able to get better within the year. He sustained several injuries. His body is catching up to him very rapidly, actually, and it's very hard to see because Triple H is just a little younger than him, but Triple H can still go in essence, you know what I mean? Triple H's body isn't really destroyed like that, and Triple H has been through hell. I really don't know how Taker's body functions. I don't know why it's like that, you know what I mean? There have been plenty of guys who've been a lot older than Taker and were able to go, so I don't understand why Taker's body is just so banged up. But I do respect The Undertaker more than anybody else, and I do love the streak, and I wish it was intact, but sometimes some things just aren't meant to last. To answer your second question, it is very obvious at this point that Super Saiyan 2 Bardock would cripple Frieza without question. I mean, if Super Saiyan 1 was able to be enough, imagine Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan 2 would demolish Frieza, so Super Saiyan 2 Bardock all the way. To answer your third question, I do believe that WWE can recover. Judging based on your opinion, it looks like you're saying that they can't recover. Now, give or take the situation, I do believe that there's still hope. Whether or not one day the streak will be duplicated or not remains to be unseen. Maybe 10 years from now, 50 years from now, 100 years from now. But honestly, now that the streak is over, I really feel bad because, I mean, yeah, they can always fix it. They can always come up with a story where the referee was in on it and he was paid off by Brock Lesnar, or maybe, the referee counted too fast or something like that. But as of right now, I don't know what they're going to do. So, I mean, as of this point, even though it is May, they still have enough time to build for the next WrestleMania if they plan on bringing Taker in. If not, then honestly, I think that's it. So, to answer your fourth question, Mecha Broly and Mecha Cell. Yeah, I would have to say Mecha Broly and Mecha Cell would win, because why would Goku and Vegeta be at 50% and only have one Senzu Bean? I mean, given the fact that even if you gave Goku or Vegeta a Senzu Bean, given the situation, I mean, one of them would still be in 50%, so they wouldn't be able to last against the Mecha characters. So I do believe that Mecha Broly and Mecha Cell would definitely defeat Goku and Vegeta. Given the situation, I mean, like you just said, they are at 50%, so it's damn near impossible for them to just come back out of nowhere and try to just take these two characters on. So I would have to say the Mecha characters would win. To answer your fifth question for that, I mean, you already saw, so you're just gonna have to wait and see. Now, I mean, I'm not really gonna say much, so you're just gonna have to wait and see. And to answer your sixth question, if I had to go back in time and bring one rapper or singer back from the dead, who would it be? I would definitely bring back Biggie Smalls. I would definitely bring back Tupac. I would definitely bring back I would definitely bring back Proof from D12. So in terms of singers and whatnot, I would definitely bring back Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was possibly the greatest artist who ever lived, so that's without question. So I mean, literally, I would bring back Tupac, Proof, Biggie Smalls, and Michael Jackson. And to answer your last question, Paul and Justin versus Yamcha and Hercule. Well, I mean, given the situation, I would have to lean more toward Paul and Justin, just because Hercule would just talk Paul and Justin to death, while as opposed to Yamcha would probably just, I think Yamcha would be the only one that would fare up. But in the end, I mean, his freaking, weakness would expose himself, to be honest. Like, Yamcha would expose himself in that battle. Either way, I hate both Yamcha and Hercule. They're the most useless characters ever. So in my personal opinion, I would have to give this one towards the Gerber baby, Gerbil Dick, and the Merp himself, Justin and Paul. So, but anyways, my friend, thank you for the questions. Enjoy the weather, and I hope you have a wonderful day, my friend. Moving on to the next question, which is from CJ Adams 97. Sup, Alex? How you been? Been good. How you doing, man? I haven't done a fan mail in a while, and I've been good up until today and yesterday. This is more than a story. This is a fan mail. Okay. So me and this girl have been dating for a long time. We text each other like every day and call. Not every day. So like mid-March, she didn't text me or call me as much as she used to. I tried texting her. She didn't reply back or pick up any of my calls. Ooh. She said she'll come visit me on my birthday, and she never did. And she didn't say happy birthday to me, which was on the 25th. A lot of my friends said happy B-Day to me, but not her. Now, on to the real bullshit part. So after I got back from the store with my mom and big sister yesterday, I got on my Facebook and I saw her post saying something like this: my boyfriend and my big brother-in-law are getting a haircut, and when they're done, I'm going to get my hair done, with the smiley face added there as well. You would not believe how pissed I was. I told my friends about that and they were shocked. I had a feeling something was going on, but I ignored it. Dumb move on my part, big time. That hoe wasn't loyal. I just wanted to hear your thoughts on this. I hope you read this, and I hope you have a great day, bro. You are a great YouTuber, by the way. Peace. Well, thank you, but to answer that, I mean, all right, look, man, that's the thing. That those are always the signs, right? For example, if you're gonna be seeing a girl, you always have to make sure that she's not seeing somebody else. Now, obviously, for her doing that, that makes her out to be such a hoe, because why would you want to lead somebody on? She pretty much led you on. That's without question. So, I mean, it is what it is at this point. I mean, the best you can do, the most you can do, is just, move on, because trust me, you will find better than her. After all, I mean, there are people out there that are far worse than her, but just like there are a lot more people that are better. But given the situation, you should have caught on from the get-go. For example, I mean, if she didn't wish you a happy birthday, I mean, for me, that would be devastating. That symbolizes the day you were born, and if she cares about you so much so, she wouldn't actually forget that. But for her to do that behind your back, I mean, honestly, this should be a lesson to you in terms of paying closer attention. More often than not, the signs were already there, except you didn't really utilize it. You didn't really pay attention. That was your mistake. It was your mistake because you weren't paying attention to the signs. Was it your fault? No. There's a difference between having it to be your fault and having it to be your mistake. Your mistake was not being able to catch on to the signs and not being able to pay attention. It was her fault for doing that, but nevertheless, I mean, you should have saw it from the get-go. If she's not getting back to you, if she's not texting you as much, trust me, it happened to me before. Trust me, I swear to God, I've had that happen to me more times than anything else. Which actually changed me, and it actually correlates to the song Monster from Imagine Dragons. You know, so I mean, it's just things like that can change you, and I really hope it doesn't change you. But overall, man, like, what you have to do is worry about yourself. If you do happen to find a girl again, make sure you don't fall for the same mistake twice. Number one, don't be so controlling. Don't be so ignorant to say, where are you? What are you doing all the time? You know, just let her live her life. But at the same time, make sure that you always pay attention to where she is and what she's doing, because, you know, despite how much you think you may know, in reality, you may not know anything at all. So it was your mistake for not really paying attention. Like I said, that can always be corrected. Lesson learned. Pay attention next time, because the signs were already there. If you're calling her and she's not picking up, if she missed your birthday, that right there should automatically tell you that something was going on. Sometimes girls can make up better excuses than guys, so make sure you don't fall for that either, because trust me, girls are masters on, you know, coming up with excuses on why not to date you, why not to see you, and stuff like that. Whereas opposed to guys, they're all dumb. They're just like, oh well, I don't know how to derba. So just don't let it affect you in that aspect, because if you do, you're just going to end up doing things that you don't want to necessarily do to other people, and you might affect other girls as well, so you don't want to do that. Just number one, make sure you worry about yourself, get your priorities straight, just do what you have to do. Just don't fall into your own vices, and don't do what she did to you to other girls, because that's going to make you seem even worse. By doing that to other people, I mean, what have you proven at the end of the day? You've proven nothing. So make sure you always stay humble and stay loyal to yourself, because if you don't, trust me when I say, you are going to regret it tenfold. I mean, girls want a guy who's loyal, respectable, understandable, and a man, and as opposed to a guy, he wants a woman that's loyal, faithful, you know, and just the whole package. So I mean, next time you do get into a relationship or you do talk to a girl, explain to her about this story. Tell her, like, listen, I'm not really comfortable with certain situations, because you see what happened last time was there was this girl and she led me on and she was seeing somebody behind my back. Just let her know the deal. Give her a heads up before you get into anything, because trust me, that's always going to be a plus for you, because at least you'll know what you're getting into. So as for you right now, just worry about yourself. Do not make the same mistake twice, and I really hope you break your vices, because if you fall right into them, you're going to be screwed forever, man. So anyways, Mr. CJ, I hope you get by. Happy belated birthday, by the way, and I hope you have a great day, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Jose Martinez. Hey Alex, this is my first time sending fan mail ever, so hopefully this gets out to one of your fan mail episodes. But anyways, Alex, I just wanted to say thank you for all the amazing videos you have put out, especially the DBZ videos. That's actually how I found you, by the way. I've been subscribed for 2 years now, I believe. But thanks, bro, for all the entertainment you have given us, and thanks for the smiles and laughter you have provided. Thank you, man. Love you, no homo. Love you too, man. All right, now on to the questions. Question number one. Would a Super Saiyan have a limit such as Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, or would it go beyond Super Saiyan 8, Super Saiyan 30? Oh my god, Super Saiyan 100, what the fuck? What do you think? Either fan-made or not. Question 2, have you ever seen Dragon Ball Epsilon? It's on YouTube. If you have, what do you think about it? Question 3, how many seasons do you think Walking Dead will have? If it's 5, I'm just going to be so pissed. Question 4, what do you think about the Malaysian plane missing? I don't know if they found it yet, but what are your thoughts? Question 5, are you going to go see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Question 6, if you can go back in time, what would you do? Well, that's about all the questions I have, Alex. Thank you for the time to read this message. I know you're pretty busy, but I appreciate it, man. Keep up the good work. Oh, and I'll try to do a video for the next fan mail next time. So thank you, and take care, man. P.S. Fuck the Illuminati and F Yamcha. All right, well, thank you, man. To answer your first question, there is just no way. I mean, there is just absolutely no way they would ever push it to Super Saiyan 8, let alone Super Saiyan 100. Can you imagine the amount of transformations? I mean, literally, they would have to run out of ideas on looks, because how would you even create a Super Saiyan 8 let alone a Super Saiyan 100. Like, that's just, that's complete insanity. I do believe that Super Saiyans should have a limit, and I believe 5 should be the absolute limit. But since we're counting Battle of Gods, I do believe Super Saiyan God should be the final form, although I do believe that there should be counter forms to that form as opposed to Super Saiyan, you know, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I do believe that there should be an Ascended God form within the level, but I think Super Saiyan God should be the final level, and I do believe that there should be ascended levels beyond that in terms of becoming a god. So for example, if Goku was able to become a Super Saiyan God, he would be able to push it to his very limit and ascend to the maximum strength a Super Saiyan God can actually provide, rather than having a Super Saiyan 100 and whatnot. I really doubt they're ever going to come close to that. I mean, even if it's fan-made, the most I've ever seen was a Super Saiyan 7, that happening to be like half red, half white, and half yellow hair. It was really weird, but that was fan-made, and I really doubt that they're ever going to make something like that canon ever. But in terms of Saiyan limits, if it was up to me, I would have it to where it was a Super Saiyan 5, because I feel like the Dragon Ball AF concept with Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Gogeta, everybody was really, really unique. I mean, you guys saw my epic what-if battles that I had with Super Saiyan 5 Gogeta, Super Saiyan 5 Broly, SS5 Goku, and whatnot, so you guys get the mix. So I believe Super Saiyan 5 should be the limit, but if you had to count Battle of Gods, I think Super Saiyan God should be the final form. To answer your second question, I've answered that a bazillion different times, so I would answer it again. Yes, I have seen Dragon Ball Absalon. It's very, very funny in terms of the abridged series. Absalon takes forever. I mean, I really wished that they had like a bazillion episodes, because I would sit there and watch every single one of them. Although I feel like they should add Bruce Falconer music just to make things a little bit more interesting. The overall product is amazing, so for those people who make Dragon Ball Z Absalon, I mean, all power to them, because they actually do a phenomenal job with it. So to answer your third question, I would be pissed as well if there were 5 seasons. I'm really hoping that they have like 7, 8, or 9 series. Seasons, excuse me. Because The Walking Dead is so interesting. I haven't seen the 4th season yet. I'm waiting for it to come out on Netflix so I can sit down and watch it. I did the same thing with season 3. I sat down, I watched the entire thing, and it just blew my mind. So I'm really hoping to see season 4 on Netflix really soon, because I really want to start watching season 5 the moment it comes out in October. So Walking Dead needs to just keep going, because it's a phenomenal show, but sometimes I feel like they talk too much. So less talking, more zombies. Less talking, more zombies. Less talking, more zombies. Because I would love to see the way they ended off with the first season. Remember that, when they had like a bazillion different zombies roaming around? Like, it was absolutely phenomenal. So for season 5 to be the final one, I hope it's not true. But if it is, what more can you do? I mean, but for me, I would go up to like 10 seasons, probably even more. So to answer your 4th question, I never understood how a Malaysian plane can go freaking missing. I believe it was a 727 holding about 270 passengers. I mean, it's a big ass plane, you know, and for that thing to go missing a couple of months ago, it was just, I mean, my thoughts on it are this. I mean, there had to have been some sort of conspiracy behind it, because for all of the governments in the world not to be able to find this damn plane, it's either borderline insanity or just something's up. So to answer your 5th question, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, honestly, I know I'm going to get dragged to go see it. So yeah, I will. Am I going to enjoy it? Probably not, because I was never a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. I'm hoping that this movie changes it for me, but I really doubt it, because this is going to be made by Michael Bay, so you know how that goes. Expectations are very low, so I mean, what more can I say? I never watched the series as a kid, so not really excited about it. So, and to answer your final question, if I can go back in time, what would I do? I would correct all of my mistakes. That would be the first thing I would do, is I would go back in time and I would stop myself from doing a lot of things, because sometimes when you do some things that you don't like, as a man, you tend to become a monster, and that's not, you know, That's not what I would want for anybody. So definitely fix my mistakes. But anyways, my friend, thank you for the questions, and I really hope you have a great day. And thank all of you for watching this episode of this week's Fan Mail of the Week, everybody. Thank you all for watching. My name is UnrealEntGaming. If you guys are fans, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the video up with a like and a favorite. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. As you guys already know, please follow me on Twitch at twitch/AlexAnimal7, where I will be live streaming a lot of PS4 stuff, a lot more things going on. So I really hope you guys enjoyed. Also, be sure to send your questions in video format for next week's episode. Thank you all for watching. Summer is about a month away, so for those of you out there hitting the beaches, for those of you out there who are doing all sorts of stuff, be safe. Please drive carefully if you're driving. Don't do something out of the norm and just go ape shit crazy. Just make sure you're aware. I hope you guys enjoy. Summertime is almost here, so Godzilla's this week. So for those of you out there who are going to go see Godzilla, God bless all of you for that, because it's going to freaking go down this weekend. Godzilla, the freaking Kaiju King, is finally going to emerge. Shit is going to go down, so I really hope you guys enjoy it. I mean, I just can't wait to see it. So thank you all for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for next week's episode. Check out my previous episodes. More to come, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys in the next episode. And by the way, for those of you out there who don't know, I do have my second channel, UnrealEnt Network. For those of you out there who don't know, it's in the description below. You might want to check it out. There are some things on there that I've never posted on this channel that are on that one. So thank you all for watching, everybody. Once again, God bless you all, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you in next week's episode. Peace.